Whenever you're ready.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Stay right there. Can we give them a round of applause? Zoe, it's so brave to get up in front of all these people you don't know and say the pledge. You did an awesome job. Is it okay if I ask you a couple of questions? Okay. What grade are you in, and who's your teacher?
I'm 4th grade, and I'm in Mrs. Glysley from class. Same too.
Same. Oh, that's so you're really good friends. I'm so glad you're here together. That's perfect. And can you tell us your favorite thing about school?
I love the art. My favorite. I'm good at this, something like art. I practice a lot of the time.
Good for you. Keep doing that.
PE.
PE.
He
Great.
loves anything about PE.
So we have some thank yous for you. Squishy stars, one for each of you. There you go. And then we have these that you can put on your fridge if you'd like, or wherever you'd like to keep them. Thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate you. You did an awesome job. Lyra, I'm going to give you a star for your sister. Squishy star for your sister. I would throw it, but I'm not very good.
I got it.
Thank you so much.
Are you ready?
Thank you so much for coming again.
Thank you.
That's part of the meeting. So good. All right. This is a night for public comments. I'll ask if there's anyone who'd like to make a comment at the podium at this time. We have minutes up for review. I'll ask for motions, please. Amy, Beth, oh, I know Beth, your hand wasn't even up. Sorry. Amy and Jen, questions or comments? All in favor? That carries unanimously. Thank you. And warrants, Amy and or Milton? Milton first, Amy second. Questions or comments? All in favor? That carries unanimously. Thank you. Jillian, you are up. It doesn't work. Yeah, just project.
So we have a lot of exciting events at the Academy, some really exciting trips coming up, including the senior trip to New York City, which I'm super excited about. IB Spanish will be going to Puerto Rico, and then the NYSCLSA conference in Niagara Falls. For our athletics, we have all had senior nights. Actually, volleyball's is tonight, and then start a sectional soon, but for tennis cases, Stugo is planning the Coco with the Popo with police from around Ontario County to come to CA and hand out hot chocolate and muffins to students on, I think, November 16th. And then our Work to Be Well Club is a mental health club, and they will also be attending NYSCLSA, and they will actually be meeting the founder of Work to Be Well, which is a great opportunity. Juniors and seniors have an opportunity to job shadow on February 2nd, so that's an exciting opportunity. And then our seniors are hardworking on college applications, preparing for applications.
Great. Thank you so much. I've got nothing. You are up.
All right, so you might have noticed there's some gifts at your table on behalf of Extended Cabinet. It is Board Appreciation Day, week, month. We'll call it what it is. It's just a small token of our appreciation for all that you do, for that large stipend you get to do it. But being a board member, and all kidding aside, is incredibly hard work. A lot of time prepping for the materials, being knowledgeable, attending committee meetings. It takes a tremendous amount of your time, and I know you know this, so I don't have to tell you this, but we as a district are just so appreciative of everything that you do to support our school, and that you genuinely and sincerely want our district to be better each and every year, and your efforts do cause us to be better each and every year. And so instead of me going on and on, I think we have a couple people here that would like to say a few words. We'll start with Amy Hall from CTSA, who would like to say a few words.
All
And you can go right over to that podium and meet them. You're part of my presentation.
I just wrote down a couple notes so I would make sure to get through everything, but I'm here representing PTSA with my colleague here as well. And we just wanted to say thank you during Board Recognition Week for all that you do to involve the students and keep informed about what's going on in the buildings, from the student involvement from what we just saw to when you have the student athletes be recognized at your meetings and the 5th grade jazz band came to play. We just really appreciate how you stay involved in what's really going on with the students and being supportive of PTSA and being just inclusive of all the students that we all represent. So thank you.
Thank you, Amy. And on behalf of CTA, we have Annette Hansky.
I said, give me a room full of kiddos. I don't know about that.
All right. Since we have your glasses on. All right. On behalf of the Canandaigua Teachers Association, we want to thank the members of the Board of Education for your dedication, time, and care. What you do, often quietly and behind the scenes, has a direct impact on every student and every teacher in this district. Each of you brings something unique to this work, and that's what makes this board so effective. I have a couple of sentences about each one of you, if you don't mind. Mrs. Miller, your lifelong work in education and community outreach brings balance and perspective to the board. Your experiences across classrooms, colleges, and local initiatives reflect a genuine love of learning and people. Thank you. Mrs. Calabrese, your professional background and creative spirit bring energy to this team. You have a way of connecting people and ideas across business, community, and education to create an impact. Thank you. Mr. Johnson, that name's been a while. Your enthusiasm for learning as both a professor and a mentor shows how education can transform lives, whether in the classroom or out on the ball fields. Your model what it means to support students and families wholeheartedly. Thank you. Mrs. Purcell. Your understanding of children and families adds empathy and real-world insight to every discussion. Your collaboration with local programs and support of the district's initiatives show your heart for helping kids learn. Mr. Bauman, your many years in education, law, and community life reflect your steady guidance. You've guided important work with your wisdom, sense of humor, and integrity, always keeping the community's best interest at heart. Dr. Snyder, your background in education and engineering brings a valuable blend of logic and innovation. Your focus on critical thinking and student growth challenges us to keep moving forward. Ms. Tessendorf, did I say it correctly?
Yes.
Am I practicing?
It's phonetic.
Yeah, it is, thankfully. Your broad wisdom, view, and world experience teaching economics helps students see the learning in a global context. Your involvement in local organizations show your belief in preparing students to understand and shape the world around them. Thank you. Mrs. Thomas, your years on the board demonstrate consistency, care, and deep community spirit. From your work in healthcare and of your volunteer efforts, you bring compassion and clarity to every decision. Thank you. Mrs. Gray, your steady leadership and deep commitment have guided this district, again, for so many years. Your balance of strength, compassion, and collaboration has truly shaped the culture we're proud to be part of. As you prepare to step away from your role, please know that your influence will be felt for years to come in the classrooms, in our conversations, and the sense of community you helped build. Your years of education and your incredible service as board president show how deeply you care about helping every student find their path. You've led with heart and purpose, and we're so thankful. And a special thank you to Deb. You're a quiet force that keeps everything running so smoothly. Your organization, your work ethic, and patience with all of us make every piece of this operation work day after day, and we appreciate it. So the Canada Teacher Association is honored to give each one of you just a small expression of thank you and gratitude for something that you do every day. Careful when you go by the top, the ribbons, or that will shatter. Do you want me to hand them out now? Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, no.
Amy and Annette, that was really meaningful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Doing it is enough, but having the lovely words that you spoke, it just really moves us, so thank you so much for all of that. We really appreciate it, and the hats and everything, it's greatly appreciated. Thank you.
I'm good. Oh, I'm gonna, yeah, we're up, okay.
I just something
Do
else.
you want me to, or do you want me to?
We're all fighting over
All right.
who's doing this part, Lindsay.
So,
So good.
I've told Lindsay this, I've bragged about her for about a year now. Well, actually way longer than that, because she's held so many leadership positions in our district and at the state level. And I've shared recently that she's actually the recipient of the Bezos Scholar Program. And for those that aren't, or don't remember or aren't aware, there are 17 total students that are selected out of the United States and Africa combined. And Lindsay was one of those 17 for this very special opportunity. And so she is just an impressive person in every way. And I asked her this summer if she would consider coming in and presenting to the board on her experiences in the Bezos Scholarship, and she was thrilled to do so. So Lindsay, thank you so much for being here.
Of course, thank you all for wanting to hear about my story. So today I'll be presenting the Bezos Scholars Program by me and my amazing advisor, Ms. Fisher. I could not have done this without her, so don't let me take all the credit. So first, what is the Bezos Scholars Program? So I'm still in it right now, but it's a year-long leadership development program sponsored by the Bezos Family Foundation. You may know that last name from Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, but it's actually run by his parents, Mike and Jackie. So the program consists of a trip to Aspen, Colorado to attend the Aspen Ideas Festival, which I'll talk about in a little bit, and along with funding and support for a passion project, which they call a community change project, which I'll also talk about a little bit more. So first off, I really want to reflect on my time in Aspen because it was truly such a wonderful experience. I'll tell you guys specifically, I met so many amazing people, hearing me with some of my scholars, and the entire program staff at actually the Bezos home in Aspen. And then I also got to meet so many amazing and influential people in the world, such as Sally Yates, who was a former attorney for the government, and then Governor Westmore, who's the governor of Maryland. And it was truly such an inspirational opportunity to see just how much the world cares about the voices of young people. And then here's just a little part two because it was just so much fun. Also all on the Bezos Family Foundation dime, which was great. So many amazing connections and getting to see the top of mountains and really being back into nature after kind of being surrounded by a concrete jungle, being in the city prior to that. But anyways, my Aspen takeaways mainly were connection, growth, and hope. First off, again, I met so many amazing people and grew lifelong connections, and my LinkedIn is looking amazing. But I just want to take away a quote saying, "You deserve to be here, and here deserves you to be." I think this quote given by, please my pronunciation, Hatim Atalib, the CEO of the African Leadership Academy, which was Bezos Family Foundation's partners, and we're the African This quote just reminds me of the growth that I experienced in Aspen, and maybe some of the lessons I learned you guys can take. But 20 seconds of courage, taking those 20 seconds to do those things that you're nervous about and step outside your comfort zone to be able to grow as a person. You don't know where those 20 seconds will be able to take you, and my 20 seconds led me to being part of this opportunity. Along with that, leading with curiosity, I think this year, if any of you have gotten to talk to me outside of this, I feel like I've been able to lead with so much more curiosity, more curious about the world around me, and honestly, I think that's a really pivotal aspect of evolving the future of our world. Along with that, active reflection, vulnerability, grit, and your value as a person. Each one of you here brings so much value into the world. Whether you support our students, you are a student representing all of us, you all mean so much, and I just want to remind you all of that. And then finally, hope. First off, people in power care. Even in such a scary world, so many people in the world care about our future. And those big conversations are happening in order to make our world grow. Along with that, the future is in good hands, everyone. Say from me and Jillian ourselves and all the scholars there, we are going to be okay. And just to remind you guys, we were able to meet with Jason Reynolds, an author and national ambassador for the Young People's Literature, and he says, if you ever feel hopeless, you're not around young people enough. So please remember that our world is in good hands, and I think you all can always help cultivate our next generation. So, what now? So, first, reflection from me and Ms. Fisher. Ms. Fisher, do you want to add anything about your time in Aspen?
The 20 seconds of courage was my biggest takeaway from that. I'm really trying to step outside of my comfort zone this year with that and reminding myself that my voice matters. They really hammered that in, you have imposter syndrome, you are meant to be here. That's the biggest takeaway I got from it. And of course that Lindsay is amazing. I've got to watch her since freshman year just evolve into this amazing leader. And I just am really lucky that she took me along for the ride.
I couldn't have chosen anyone else. But yes, and during our time in Aspen, we've gotten to see so many projects that are happening that we didn't even know about. And I think that's what really motivates Ms. Fisher and I to pursue our passion project. So specifically for our community change project that I talked about earlier, this is kind of the goals that Ms. Fisher and I are working towards. So we want to address student engagement and extracurricular activities. I know you guys see students involved like Jillian and I, but we want to always make student voices known and have more students besides just those top students that you see all the time, really getting involved and having a sense of connection to CCSD, and just opening up that community to more belonging. And I think that is really where we as students will be able to grow and thrive and be the next generation. So what can you guys do? You guys are already kind of doing this, but please cheer us on along our journey and offer any ideas or input, because your opinion matters. So if you have any ideas on what we can do, or if you have any ideas on what we can do, or just your own kind of values and past experiences. I know Mr. Farr, you told us about some of your past experiences working with student engagement and student development. Please talk to Ms. Fisher and I want to continue to grow and I want to continue to learn, and you all have so much information, even you guys. So yes. And lastly, I would just like to thank all of you. You guys, even behind the scenes, even if I'm not here to thank you all the time, you guys are truly what makes this community so amazing and what makes me want to make it grow. And you guys are just so supportive. You know, I truly can't come up with enough words to just think how much the adults in our community care about us. And I want to make you guys proud by leading the next generation. So thank you for listening to me for a second.
Is it okay to ask you questions?
Yes, of course.
Does anyone have any questions?
How long were you away? How long was the trip?
So I was away for a week in the end of June. I missed my algebra regents exam, but it was worth it. I made it up. But I think that 1 week has truly changed my entire life, and no amount of time can really justify, or no amount of money can really compare to the experiences that I created in Ashton.
You probably have connections that you're gonna have for the rest of your life.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Very proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Goes back to 5th grade, right?
Yes.
Lindsay and, it was you, Jan, I forget some of the other ones, but it was one of those classes that Karen never forgets. And I still remember you're fighting for tickets, right? And if you were to go down, I think that would make a big impact. Go down to 5th grade. Tell these kids, I sat in that chair, this was my classroom. This is what I did. Because I think the kids today, this was the lower grades, lost a lot of this. They don't, that sense of community, it's lacking. I think because of who knows what reasons in the world, but to see someone like you go back down there, Jillian, go back down there and to those kids and say, I was here, this is where I am now. And it wasn't that long ago, and you guys can do the same thing. They will listen to you more than they're ever gonna listen to anyone sitting here.
Except me, of course, it wasn't. They used to maybe.
Thank you so much, Mr. Palomini.
Lindsay, can you talk about the ongoing work that you're doing? So you were telling me Saturdays, what's your Saturday look like?
Yes, so every 2 Saturdays a month, we'll meet for 2.5 hours on Zoom, which I don't know if you guys have sat through that, but it's pretty exhausting on my legs. But truly, 2 hours, we continue to learn and grow and develop our projects. We're still developing ours now, so that's why I wasn't really able to give you guys a full, this is what I'm going to do. But hopefully as time goes on, we'll be able to develop it more. But the Bezos Family Foundation has truly offered us so many resources throughout this time. Right now, we're in the midst working on our grant proposals for the Bezos Family Foundation, where we'll be able to receive $1,000 in funding, and that kind of opportunity to be able to work some of these things out has been unforgettable, especially in whatever I want to go to in the future. I think it's something I've learned from a lot. Along with that, we've been able to get with so many sorry if I'm with the microphone, but I've been able to get so many resources and so many ways to develop my thoughts and things I didn't remember. A lot of just learning and looking back and reflection.
Well, we hope for an update when you know a little
Yes.
bit more about your project. That would be great. So please come back. Milton, go ahead.
So one of the words struck you up there, it strikes me a lot all the time now with my students talk about this idea of curiosity. So I'm curious, what's one area that has piqued your curiosity that from this experience?
I think nurturing the next generation. I think so many kids feel that kind of weight of the consequences on the generations before us, and kind of this sense of, I can't really think of the word, but the sense of like hopelessness. And I think having those tough conversations and having the next generation remind us that they truly care about us and that kind of support to build the future. I think that's what's really piqued my curiosity, is what kind of projects like that are already happening. We see things like the Senate Youth Program, where the Senate flies students out, or other developmental programs, but I think there can never be enough of that, because while you are all developed in your fields, some students don't have those kinds of opportunities to be as developed. Like, where do we get this experience from? And I think that's really what piqued my curiosity. And if you guys have any projects or anything you guys know about, I would love to hear about it.
Lindsay, what are you involved in beyond the classroom?
Oh, this is a very long curricula. Outside of the classroom, well, in the classroom, I'm an IB diploma candidate, the International Baccalaureate Program, along with Jillian. She's my ride or die through this. I'm also involved in student government, our state leadership council, and my SCLSA as the vice president. I'm part of our DECA organizations. Part of Work to Be Well, and then part of Unified Athletics recently. Again, going back to my curiosity, I try to get as involved as possible, and I feel like that's created me as who I am today. And that's why I'm so passionate about bringing other students to get more involved in the community, because I think students truly don't know how beneficial it is to have such a connection to where they grew up and being able to come back home and have this kind of like my community cares about me, and having this place feel like home, like being here with all of you feels like I'm at home, and I feel so welcome, and I just wanna thank you guys again for that.
Anything else for Lindsay? Well, thank you, and thank you, Ashley, for everything. We really appreciate you being here tonight, and we can't wait to hear more.
Thank you so much.
You are both welcome to stay and also welcome to go. Whatever your actions do, it's just fine. Yep. All right, we have a consensus agenda and supplemental. I'll ask for motions, please. Amy, Megan, questions or comments? All in favor? That carries unanimously. Thank you. Committee reports, Milton audit, please.
Yes, so.
Thank you.
Yeah, audit met on Friday, and we had a fruitful conversation around several items. Majority of our time was spent discussing the zero emission bus mandate, specifically looking at the impact of potential waivers from the state. This led into conversations around an upcoming forum that's happening at the Academy on the 4th of November regarding impact of power issues within Ontario County itself. We also had conversations around some of the new efforts in BOCE's early college access COSER, just simply how that would work and the opportunities that it might provide for the district. We also looked at initial budget factors for 26-27. I know that's a little ways away here, but just in terms of thinking about the impact of the cost of Medicare and healthcare, it's going to be eye-opening. So, yeah.
Great, thank you. Beth, policy?
So policy as well met last week. I have to give a shameless plug in to kind of give you guys the backstory. I don't know if you all remember that probably 5 years ago, we took on the huge effort of redoing our entire policy manual. And at the time, it was daunting. But what that has given us is that now when we look at policies, we're like, this is great, we can't do any better. Which is just, I'm just so proud of us. We're kind of doing it in chunks, and as we do every year, and the one that we took this year was Board of Ed policies. We looked at a couple of them, ultimately decided that we made a couple of cleanup, non-substantive changes. We also looked at some of the regulations that we have around that, being really cognizant that we put the things that are what we do in regulation and not in policy. It just makes a lot of sense, and we're trying to do that from one policy to the next. We have a couple other topics that we're carrying over for the next couple of months to just kind of, sometimes you just have to think about them. So we're doing that, and I just have to say, as having been on the committee for a long time, I'm really proud of the work that we do in our district, and think that our policy manual is one to be admired.
Great, thank you. Yep. Let's see, character ed. Nothing. Yeah.
That's right.
Well, after the presentation today, character ed just spoke all the way through the presentations today. We had a great opportunity to listen to presentations from the middle school as well as the primary school, with their character ed groups and teams are doing. We reviewed 3 goals specifically at the middle school to strengthen character ed across all the grade levels, character ed lessons, making them more engaging, and of course student recognition uniformity, which is to sort of speak to the idea that it's consistent across the grade levels. And so we had an opportunity to review some of the work that they put in. A little early for the for the elementary school and the primary school. They will meet as a team next week, but we got a kind of a preview of some of their goals, some of their draft goals. And so looking forward to our next meeting, which is going to be in January.
Great, thank you. Got the pattern down.
Yeah. CIE met on the 8th of October. In Matt's constant quest to switch it up a little bit and never keep things the same, we met by Zoom. It was actually a great, short, effective meeting. one of the highlights for me on CIE is when Sarah Callahan presents on the professional development. I've told anybody that will listen, CIE, Sarah, anybody, that our professional development is the envy of the area. And just all of the opportunities and if she can find a different way to present professional development, she does it, which I think is just really cool. And she gives us a presentation every month on what they've been doing and what their goals are, and it's just great. Matt took us through kind of the preview of the Grants for Excellence. There's always a small amount of money given to staff who want to do something that's not in the curriculum, not something that is in the budget, that they can try once and see kind of how it goes. And we'll be reviewing that in November. He then told us about the portrait of graduates on the state level. Tell me that I'm wrong, Matt, and it's really fun to watch because the state is literally building the engine while they're in the air. Right? But it's just fascinating to me how the whole thing is evolving, and the good news is that we still have a couple of years for it to continue to evolve, but I think through the presentations I'm going to go off script a little and say the ones that I heard at Fort County plus Matt's tell me that there's enough of a theory of where they want to go that it's great that our district can start to embrace that and use it as a way to write our curriculum. And I think that was it.
Great.
So there you go.
Thank you. Safety, John?
I had a carpentry emergency.
Those are important. Okay. And I don't think I.
Oh.
Ryan would have been there, but he's not here.
Okay. All right. Do you have anything else?
No.
All right. Thank you so much again. Thank you for being here tonight, everybody. Have a good rest of your evening. I'll ask for motions to adjourn.